Hi, welcome to class, and this is a screencast-o-matic, and this is what I use in my online classes each week to direct you through what's expected. And so this week you will see the screencast inserted right below my intro video. Generally in the class, news items will go in the news section, and you will have all your information under the content section or discussion, communication section. So for the content section for this week, you click on content. Here's your getting started section, has a syllabus and the other information in it. And you can also click on the module 1, which will bring you to this week's information. Generally, I will have my screencast videos inserted right above the assignments for the week. And as you scroll down the week, you'll have everything you need to do, and you can just work on this throughout the week. And I do warn you, this looks like a lot of work, but it's not. A lot of the videos I have on here and attachments are short. So I'll run you through my assignment checklist, and you can just see how this works out. So this week we're going to introduce ourselves to the class and start diving into the world of social policy. And we don't need our textbook this week, but it will be necessary moving forward, so make sure you order it. I know some students wait until they start a class to order their book. You will need it for this class. But I will have things worked out for you where we can go a little while without a text. First this week, I want you to read the syllabus and get back to me if any questions you may have, but I want you to familiarize yourself with the syllabus. Then you're going to post an introduction in the Tell Us About Yourself discussion, and that's a discussion where you're just going to introduce yourself to the class. We're going to spend some time here talking with each other, and hopefully you're able to have some information to go back on and hopefully develop some friendships. It's a short video discussing what social policy is. This comes from England, where they have some of the best schools in social policy in the world. And after you watch these, this is basically my first day of a class where I discuss what social policy is. In this, you're going to have the video describe that for you. You're going to write a goal for the semester or goals that you have. We will revisit this at the end of the semester, so it's important you get it done. Then I want you to read chapter 1 of the text. And if you don't have that, that's fine. I did include a link to the publisher where they have the first chapter of the textbook. There is a chapter 1 quiz that you will have 2 weeks to complete, and this will be normal for the class. I'll give you 2 weeks to complete your quizzes. Hopefully you get them done early, but if not, it gives you some time to fall back on. With 2 weeks, that's a quarter of this this time we have together, so make sure you stay on top of it. It's easy to get bogged down and fall behind. But otherwise, if you stay with it, you'll be okay. So I do encourage you to try to get it done this week if you can, but if not, that's fine. Then once you move to this section, you can go back to the communications tab and go to the Tell Us About Yourself discussion and read your classmates' responses. Make sure you read everybody's response. I want you to make sure you have a familiarity with everybody in the class. But go ahead and start responding to these. I want you to do at least 3 responses, but I will grade you on the fact that you read everybody's initial post. So try to develop a sense of community, and that's done by talking to each other. Just because I asked for 3 responses doesn't mean you're limited to that, so I do hope you would do more than that. Then we have 2 initial posts that will be on discussion 1. So this will be for the first chapter. For these, it's important you do not respond to these posts yet. So all your responses this week will be to your introduction. What we will do is you'll put your initial post for discussion 1, your module 1 discussion, and you'll have these, and next week once everybody has a chance that there's posted, that's when you'll start responding. But like I said, do not respond to discussion 1 yet. And you'll learn more about this later. I'll explain this, the reasoning behind this, but it makes an easier and more true discussion. And then there's a series of videos I have from Berkeley, from the Goldman School of Public Policy at UC Berkeley. These videos are with Jennifer Granholm, who is a former governor of Michigan, and Eugene Bardak, who is the person who wrote the first social policy textbook, and the first textbook that had an approach to solving problems. We're not going to use that textbook in this class, but you have a chance in this class to watch an interview with a pioneer in the field. And they both give you insight into what social policy is. And again, it's complicated what it is, but once you figure it out, that this is a very great capstone class for all of your other human service or sociology classes. It brings things together for you. You'll have 2 weeks to do this. So take your time, make sure you get the information from them, and complete that Dropbox assignment. Then you'll have a checklist that you can go through. If you click all the things in the checklist and get it all done every week, there's no reason why you wouldn't get an A in this class. People who know me know I'm not a difficult grader. I want you to succeed. And there's no reason why you can't do that in these 8 weeks. So make sure you get everything done on the checklist every week, and you should be great there. And once you're done, you can jump onto chapter 2 of the textbook in preparation for next week. So it's important to make sure you do all this stuff. And again, while you're doing the discussions, make sure you read all of your classmates' initial post to the introduction. Every week the assignments will be due by Sunday at midnight. This week we have 6 days, but there's not a lot to really do here. Although, like I said, it will seem like a lot as you're scrolling through there, and I'll probably scare some of you, but I'm assuring you it's nothing to be scared of. This class is an 8-week class that's making up for 16 weeks in the classroom, and we're going to get through the whole textbook, and I think we'll have a good time going through all the information we normally do in the class, and you will learn. This is a great subject, and I think I'll have a good time here. So again, working your way down, we have a discussion forum. So you click on the introduction. It should bring you right to the discussion. And of course, nobody posted here yet. So you're going to introduce yourself to the class. And then below here, and looking at, actually I have to go to the discussion tab, and I can show you something I have here if anyone has questions. I have a general questions box. So below the introduction section, there is a general questions box where you can go ahead and put a general question for each other. And maybe if there's a question that I don't get to fast enough, somebody else can answer it, but it's a great way to ask questions of each other. We have the goals question here, and this is a video from, like I said, it's from England, but it gets into what social policy is. And this is a class that really is listed as a SOC class, but this class is multidisciplinary. It covers sociology, history, political science, psychology, business. It's all over the place. And so you will you will get that more. Economics, all the things that might scare some students. This actually puts them together in a really good way that makes sense. I have a chapter 1 link. You click on this, it'll bring you to Sage Publishing's first chapter of the book. They gave that to us for this class to use for free. But make sure you buy a book, because we will not have chapters 2 through 11 for free to use. There's a PowerPoint. That's just for your use if you want to use it. There's no need for you to print this. It's open book quiz, and most people do very well on my quizzes being open book, but make sure you read the chapter. Don't just fish around in there. Go ahead and read from page 1 through, I think it's 10 on the first chapter. It's not very many pages. So you'll take the chapter 1 quiz, open book, and then I will change this. Our first discussion is more than just one question. So there's 2 questions here, and going to the communications tab, I will fix my discussions on this, chapter 1. So, quite simple. You're going to write what your definition of social justice is. And you really can't get this wrong. I was just saying what you think social justice is. You're just going to post an initial post to make sure you don't respond yet to this question. And next is a question on the Code of Social Workers. So the National Association of Social Workers Code of Ethics discusses what's expected of social workers. So they engage in social and political action that seeks to ensure that all people have equal access to the resources, employment services, and opportunities they require to meet their basic needs and to fully develop. And so I want you to discuss one way in which professionals could take actions and what could be some challenges involved in doing so. So what opportunities do social workers have? And this goes for everybody who's going to be working with the public. So if you're going to be in law enforcement or working anywhere in the public bureaucracy or in non-government and working in a nonprofit sector, how's this important to understand, and what can you do to make sure this comes up? And also you can discuss some challenges. And then here we go. This looks like a lot of work. These interviews are very short. They're put on, again, by UC Berkeley. It's 8 questions. I will change this. You'll have 2 weeks to do this. And you're going to watch these videos and answer these questions in 1 or 2 sentence answers. I don't need a long answer. Don't use 1 or 2 words. This is a college class, so give me at least a whole sentence here. And discuss these questions. And again, they're related to these videos. These are all on YouTube, courtesy of Berkeley. And so you click through here and you just watch each video. And they're full of great information used by practitioners of public policy. Then we have a checklist for the week. As you do things, click on it and make sure you get things knocked off, and you'll be good to go. I also included bonus material, so the Code of Ethics for National Association of Social Workers. So again, everything you need for this class should be accessible on 2 sections. One, you go to Content, and we go, you'll first see the Getting Started, then you go to the first module. And then next week I will have module 2. And your communications discussion here. So when we bounce around to do discussions, you can go here and look everything up. So again, this should be fairly straightforward. If anyone has any questions, do not hesitate to ask. I love to communicate with people. I'm available to speak on the telephone or however you need, and we'll get any questions figured out. I'm very excited about this semester, and summer classes are usually very dynamic and fun, and we can get through a lot and have a lot of growth. And again, if you have any questions, make sure you send me an email. I would love to chat. Thank you so much.